Put your red shirt on and a brown coat too. Everybody's joining the crew. We got just one drink that we rule them all. Hope you'll remember your towels. Get your Ulu feathers and your needler guns. A sonic screwdriver or a sword +1. Use Valerian steel if it will get you to come. To the big tank. To the big tank. The Rocky Mountain big tank.
Hi, I'm Guy.
Hi, I'm Troy.
And this is Geek Tank.
Your Corona-sized podcast, and not the beer.
Today we were going to talk about beer and how it's eclipsed by the moon.
Mm-hmm. But neither the moon nor the beer would sponsor us, so I don't know.
Yeah. So we ended up having to just talk about, I don't know, fish or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Or an absent Alex who we're hoping will still show up. You know.
So I saw we had a couple of strainer pictures that came out that were really straining our relationship.
Is that Netflix show, Strainer Things?
Yep, Strainer Things.
Okay.
I did manage to get a shot straight on because I had one of those glasses, the eclipse glasses. I just stuck it over my phone's, thing and then took a picture. And I managed to actually do it, but I had to put the phone into manual mode, which was fine.
Kept trying to focus, probably.
Yeah, it was having, it was having issues.
Do you want to show those?
I can, but give me a moment.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll have to dig it up.
Yeah, for those of you who were asleep most of the day, there was a lunar eclipse.
Yar.
It was, we weren't in the totality area. We got, I think, 60-70%, something like that.
We will be in totality, though, in like 2044.
I thought it was like 2090 or something.
No. It's far enough away that it's going to be kind of sad. But
are they moon viewing or sun viewing glasses, or are they just glasses? There he is, Yar. A wild Alex has appeared.
Wilder Alex.
A wilder, yep.
A wilder Alex has appeared.
Wilder than any Alex you ever knew. New glasses are good. They help you see.
Sure.
I'm due for a checkup.
Me too. There we go. That's what I got.
Guys mooning us.
I'm mooning everybody. That was totality at 12:40 this afternoon. And that was the best we got here in Denver.
Yeah, the show doesn't even get that weird. Sad.
No, but this is what we got.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we didn't sacrifice enough virgins.
See, that's always been the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, that's not a problem for us because we're all pretty much virgins, but that's a long time ago. So sadly, now none of us are. And it's just a thing. I did have something that was entertaining, though, which was this. I like this one. That's my solar panels.
Right.
And I like that. That cracked me up. My panels show this like dip right in the middle where, okay, well, right about it. Totality.
Did you ever get did you get a battery? Because we didn't get a battery yet.
No, I don't have a battery.
Okay.
It's just supplementing.
Yeah, that's what we have going.
It still was very, very funny. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool actually to see the dip.
We'll get your solar panels now for the next 2 minutes.
But what's cool about it is totality was at 40 minutes past noon, and the dip is at 40 minutes past noon on this, I was like, that's pretty cool.
That's how it works. My kids' school had enough parents donate glasses that all the kids that wanted to go out and watch could go watch.
Yeah, apparently the kiddo couldn't because they ran out of glasses at their school.
Oh,
so
no.
My kid didn't get to watch it.
Way to go, Guy.
They wouldn't even pass.
Yes, indeed. I was home.
Failure, nerd parent. Failure.
I hate to say this, but I got very little control over what happens at that school.
Oh yeah, you couldn't give your kid their own pair of glasses. Whatever.
Yep. That's on them. They worked harder.
Now in the future, when they're like, I don't give a crap about the eclipse, we know whose fault it is.
Yep.
It's like, that could have been a NASA, but you screwed that all up, Dad.
Totally. Because of you.
I was listening to NPR interview today with a guy who's known as Mr. Eclipse, because when he was 10 years old, he saw the 1970 eclipse and just became fascinated with it. And then as he grew older, he just kept chasing each eclipse after each eclipse until he got a job with NASA. So
At some point, Troy, let's discuss launching the show, because I will happily help you launch the show. I just need more than 10 minutes warning. So,
well, yeah, I didn't know until 10 minutes before that I was going to, like, gosh, I probably shouldn't start the show naked, even though we are after dark.
See, you take all the
Damn
fun
it.
out of this.
I know. But I did shave, so
That's always important.
so that way I'm not all scruffy.
Starker.
So I thought you would have had more to talk about with the eclipse than that.
Well, I mean, we've got more to talk about with the eclipse if we want. I mean, we can just keep talking about the eclipse. My sister went to Waco to watch the eclipse in totality, and I think the funniest part is I had a number of friends who then went to San Antonio, which is where my sister lives.
Mm-hmm.
So they were all like in San Antonio, where my sister was like, nope, this isn't good enough. So she went to Dallas. And I was like, and then of course, apparently it has been cloudy and overcast, not just there, but out in New York. My buddy, our fellow podcast at Synthaholics has been commenting all day about the fact that they've had nothing but clouds and they missed everything. And they were, of course, in line in totality. And so they did see it get dark, but that's all they saw.
Yeah, my in-laws and such are up there in Rochester and such, and they were, of course, shut out by the clouds. So too bad.
Yep, I saw the Starship 4 engine launch. That one was pretty cool. Pretty solid, folks. Digging the Starship stuff. Cracking up about how, you know, the FAA is doing this. You've got to go figure out why you lost control of your Starship. And they're like, we plan to lose control of the Starship. Well, yeah, but you plan to lose control like 10 minutes earlier than you did. Okay.
Well, I mean, if they're looking at, you said that you're going to do a certain thing, and they didn't do this certain thing.
I get it. I get we are dotting T's.
We're going to blow up this building at noon. Yeah, but it didn't blow up when you said it was going to blow up.
Well,
it blew up at 11:30.
Yeah, but the biggest problem, of course, is that they're like, we're testing stuff. It'll fail somewhere along the line. When will it fail? Well, somewhere along the line. No, you have to give us a time. Oh, okay. This time. It didn't do it that time. It did it later. It's all good. I get it. I get it. I'm humored, not annoyed.
You got to keep in mind, too. I imagine most of the information you're getting is probably biased as well.
Oh, yeah. SpaceX is not exactly thrilled about all of this, obviously, because they slowed them down to make them have to do an investigation, that is kind of against the concept of fail faster.
Well, it's also costing them money, and that's really what it comes down to.
Right.
It's not so much that's like, you're in the way of science. It's like, you're costing us money. We're in a job to make. We're here to make money. Stop making us not make money.
They're going to put stuff on. It's going to be amazing where they're going to start putting stuff. My comic is apparently on the front page for Global Comics and got put onto Twitter today. That was kind of cool.
Oh my!
And announced that on Instagram as well. So that was kind of cool. Just all excited because I was like, "Yay!" So my comic is popular. I'd been wondering because for the last couple of,
Is that with an X? Global Comics?
Yeah,
I have to look it up.
GLOBALCOMIX.
I'm there.
Comics.
I want to see.
Yep. may or may not still be on the front page. We'll have to see.
They have categories, so it might be on the front page of one of the
They're
categories.
highlighting different things, and what they're highlighting right now is mecha. And so, but it was cool still to be out there. Yeah, I saw their 3rd generation spaceship. I'm really kind of excited about that one too. And Alex is gone.
I probably did that on purpose, to be my guess. Or not. Let's see. Manga. And looking for mecha. You don't really have like a cover that I'm at right now.
Yeah, I think that's more of the, you'll have to be out on the, I can give you the direct link if you're really interested. It is free, everybody. You can go see my comic and read my comic for free. And it'll be even more free as I continue to do my processing through school. So anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. You'll have to. Anyway, it's just cool.
Bellatrix. Okay.
Yep. Bellatrix Rising.
Maybe if I search that, I'll have better luck.
You will. Like the star. Bellatrix. But yeah, apparently it was highlighted for mecha. I was like, ooh. I always kind of wonder because I get these all of a sudden. Nobody's reading my comic. And then all of a sudden I get a spike. And I'm like, well, that's a thing. So anyway.
Yeah. Do you know if the people commenting, the comments were a year ago?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Nobody's really commented in a while. I get a notification if they comment. And they liked it. People who were commenting liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I also had, I could do analytics on it, and it was showing that people were staying with the comic through to the end, which was kind of important.
Yeah. That way you can tell for sure that they didn't read one issue and then stop.
Yeah, there's what we call the engagement range, which is where you're going through, and if they stay past this page, then you're doing good as far as like engagement. And so like something like 85 or 90% of my readers stay through to the end of the comic, which is excellent.
There we go. If I click on featured, then it pops up first, which is nice.
There you go. I am currently featured, which is cool. I'm just excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to finish my other 2 comics because I gotta. Because there's an entire episode, but I've got to finish it. So.
Well, part 2 is already out, according to this, Brent.
Well, there's side stories are already out.
Oh, I thought that said
it just says part 2 because I don't know what the algorithm says.
Oh, I see.
Technically, part 1 is still. Part 2 and part 3 are still sitting right there in the PC. Hope Alex is okay over there.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, I missed the part where it said side story.
Yeah, it's a side story. So
you got sidetracked with a side story.
Yeah, they were 2 stories that I had done as practice to see if I could do it. And then it was Brent that was like, you should just go on ahead and make that into an actual comic. And I was like, you're probably right.
Can you take that out of your garbage can and do something with it?
It was kind of like, it's already there. It's already built. The story's already there. I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong.
Wondering if his internet just went down.
Doesn't surprise me.
There he is. We weren't sure if you left on purpose or if you were disconnected.
In the private chat, I said BRB.
See, that's what I get for not having the private chat open and having the
instead the normal chat.
The Brent chat
see
open.
What people are saying. Psh, weirdo.
I wonder if there's a way to set a little alert so it beeps when it happens. I assumed it was on purpose because otherwise it just would have gone away entirely.
Right.
Yeah. Regardless, Brent, no matter what, 2 and 3 will be completed through the summer break because I will have more time. I won't be doing classes and stuff. So that'll work. Anyway, so
Wow.
did you go see
There's
the
a little-
eclipse, Xanderman?
Yeah, yeah. We had lunch and watched the eclipse, and or just checked it out. We also watched. We during our lunch, we were also watching the first episode of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend together. I think I've got
Nice.
Lauren hooked on that. So
Nice.
yeah,
So
And I-
the two of you are through with the first episode together?
yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna get back to Legion here this next week or so. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, since you have gone back to, or since on my suggestion you're watching it, I'm gone back and have been revisiting it. And there's a couple of songs in there I just really like. One in episode 2, and I think episode 4 is the last one I just watched, where they had a song that I actually did at karaoke, but I can't do it nearly as good as Rachel Bloom.
Oh well. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
So I thought it was funny on the news story I was watching about the eclipse. I brief thought of like, I wonder if anybody proposes during the eclipse, because I'm sure there has to be. And then they like, gave some number of how many people were planning on proposing. And it was up in the 500,000 or something. I don't know, some stupid number. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of people proposing during an eclipse.
I hate to say this, but if I propose during the eclipse, I'm going to be in my 70s. So I might propose, but it might be to Alex. I mean, be like, Alex will be like, I'm not the never mind.
You drop to one knee in front of me, I'm gonna put my heel on your shoulder at least.
I hate to say this, but at 70, I doubt seriously I'll be kneeling in front of you at all. Well, I might kneel, but I might not
kneel before Zod.
Kneel before Zod.
So, yeah. Sorry, just being reminded of a recent story at one of the clubs. Good times.
Okay.
Been a while since that happened.
Fair.
Yeah. No, it was.
I can see getting married during the eclipse. That makes sense.
Yeah. Go get those vows.
I'd like to buy a vow.
I think to read comics you have to sign up on here.
Oh,
I think. I don't know. Let me.
That makes some sense, I think. But yeah.
The signing up's probably free. So
yeah, it is totally free.
Or I'm just having a bad luck with the ones I'm clicking on. Nope, that's not helping at all. I'm trying to think of other things that might be going on that's worth talking about that aren't political. Since
there's a lot of political going on.
There's a lot of political going on. Probably best to stay away from that.
I'm going to stay away from it too. I got better things to do with my life.
Yep. I could tell our audience that I got chosen for jury duty, because that is a thing the judge said I could say. Said I can say that I've chosen, and here are the dates I'm not available. But that's it.
Nice.
So,
can you talk about the case? Talk about the case. Break the law.
Here's all the names. Yeah. The thing that amazed me was how stupid some jurors are, and I kept wondering, are they really this dumb, or are they doing this to get out of doing jury duty?
A bit.
Yeah.
Probably doing it to get
I don't know. I feel like there's some that were like, they crossed the line of like how far I think somebody would be willing to go to get out of jury duty, and it's like that person's just not there. Like one person, we got a little questionnaire. I can talk about this because this happens at all the jury duty things, and it gave you a little bit of information about what was going to happen, and it said clearly on the thing, don't do any research on this. And then when we got to the questioning part, one of the jury duty people mentioned that they looked up the article on the thing we were going to do, and like half the other jurors are like, just so I don't know if that person got fined, because that's straight up contempt of court.
Yeah,
right.
Doing that. So I don't know what the outcome of that was, but that was one of those where I'm like, oh man. I feel a little bad for this person because I don't know if they're just that oblivious to things or if they did it on purpose, which in that case I don't feel bad for them.
Right.
If you don't get contempt, then I could see doing that just so you get out. But if you're gonna get contempt of court, why do it?
Now, for my research, like the simplest things to do that's not breaking the law to get out of it is just to be overly eager to be on the case. Because one side's not going to want a person who really wants to be there, especially if they're like, I watch movies about this all the time. I'm an expert.
Yeah, I've gone into the courtroom a couple times in the selection process, and the first time I was like, I didn't research it. I wasn't super excited to be on it, but I was like, we're sitting there, and if I like, they're like, talk amongst yourselves. And I just like turned my chair over to. I was like, so how about that local sports team? They're like, wow, you guys are really not trying to listen. I'm like, no, you told us not to. Whatever. But we're talking and stuff, and it's like the lawyers are talking to all of us and questioning us and stuff, and there was a case concerning somebody who had like broken probation for some kind of like drug related offense, and I was like, okay, so what else did you do? What are you doing? I was like, well, you have a judgment. They can't do this thing. They have a probation officer. What else did you do to help them? Or did you just tell them don't do it and expected that to have the desired result? And they go, huh? I go, hey, guess what? Newsflash, abstinence doesn't work. It doesn't work for drugs. It doesn't work for teenagers having sex. It doesn't work. What else did you do? And they're like, I go, hey, you know what I'm going to say? I'm just going to be really popular in a court of law, but I don't believe that the law is the final arbiter of what's right and good in this world. Like I'm happy to be on this jury. I'm happy to sit there and talk to people and stuff, but this is what you're dealing with.
Yep.
You're dealing with a fucking anarchist. So I didn't say that part of mine, but come on, let's be real. Like, what did you do? And they're like, you can leave, Mr. Wild. I'm like, okay, cool. But seriously, but also knew it was like everybody else in that courtroom heard me say those things. I'm like, boom, victory. The second time I was selected to go into the room and stuff, it was like a child abuse case. And I'm like, I am the wrong person for this jury. And they looked at me, I'm like, seriously, it's like, I've got an infant child. My mother's got complex PTSD from her parents abusing her. And my best friend also has complex PTSD from his parents abusing him. Like I do not want to be here. You don't want me here. It's like I'm sorry.
Yep.
So
I've been called 4 times, chosen twice. One of the times I got out because Tara was like due within like a week or two.
Oh my God.
I'm like, yeah, you guys can't use me. I'm going to need to be at the hospital delivering twins. So like, okay.
I feel like there's something weird going on. I have been called for jury duty once in my entire life. They sent me the letter and it said, contact Jefferson County the day of to make sure you haven't been dismissed already. Right. And I called them that morning and they're like, your case has been dismissed. Thank you for your service. And that's the only time I have in my entire life that I have ever been summoned for jury duty. And the thing that sucks about it is I wouldn't mind. I'm sure I would mind the second or third time, but I wouldn't mind once just so I would have the experience of it, And it's like, okay.
Just all random luck. Yeah, years ago before kids, the one I served on was for the Inglewood Police Department, where I could talk about it since it's over with. But it was a drunk guy who punched an officer. So the charge was assaulting an officer. And it was all the other stuff he did was nothing that we were supposed to care about or judge because that was all something else. But he was driving southbound in the northbound lane of Santa Fe. So he was going the wrong way on a highway. And luckily nobody got hit or hurt. And the cops saw that. It's like, nope, pulled him over. Did the field sobriety test, realized very quickly he was very drunk. called another officer to the scene, loaded him into that car, took him to the Inglewood Police Department. A third officer was processing him, and that's the officer the guy decided to punch. And the most disappointing thing about that was both the prosecuting attorney and the defense attorney seemed like they were brand new and had no idea what they were doing. They were asking stupid questions, stupid defense of like, he was scared. He's afraid of police, and therefore that's why he punched him. And it's like, he had 2 other police officers he could have punched. I don't think that's the case. I think he's just drunk and made a stupid choice.
Wow.
Yeah. That was moronic and idiotic. Because I was like, I think he should get charged with more, because driving the wrong way on the highway and being drunk and driving, that bothers me.
Yeah.
Way more.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying it's cool to punch police officers randomly, but
I'd like to go on the record as saying that I think it's cool to.
I knew you would do that.
But no, that's absolutely endangering yourself and others in a lethal manner. That is fucked up.
Yeah.
But that's not what we were there for as a jury to bother with. I'm like, jeez, okay.
I feel like that's, I don't know. I feel like if you're going to have a jury of your peers, they should be allowed to take the entire, because that's the whole point, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Alex, we're bringing in Alex because, you know, he did a bad thing, but we can't talk about anything else except for exactly the bad thing, which then sort of seems like we're trying to force it so that obviously Alex did the bad thing, because we aren't allowed to look at what might have caused the bad thing to occur, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so
it feels peers is like, also an interesting thing too, because it's like, peers on what level?
Yeah. There's a scene from the Venture Brothers where it's like the trial of the monarch in season 1, and it's like you have the right to a jury of your peers. He goes, peers. Call any of these slack-jawed yokels my peers. So good.
Yep.
I heard you say my name, Guy. What were you gonna say?
I just said yep.
Oh, okay.
Your name apparently sounds like yep.
No, I thought you said something before Alex started his thing.
Oh, I don't remember. I would probably was going to make another example and just use you, because I feel like I was just picking on Alex.
I see.
So, you know, make it even and equal.
No, these were
I am an equal opportunity pick on her.
Yep, stupid things.
So, yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and our justice system, although it's not as bad as others in the world, it's certainly nothing to be like praised.
Yeah, our justice system has issues, definitely.
I just remember it's like when I was a kid in military, in a school that was populated mostly by military brats. It was like, Russia's so bad. Russia has 98% conviction rate. And it's like, no one knows at the time, you know, we're all kids, never thought to ask, what's the United States conviction rate at?
Well,
and especially if you break it down to conviction rate by race.
Oh, well, that's a whole other question.
That's a whole mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is also other problems that are involved. Japan has a 98% conviction rate too.
Mm-hmm.
However, that is mostly because Japan doesn't have rules against torture. So they can torture you until you admit to it.
As we were watching Rome, it's like, did you torture him? Of course, it's not a legal confession unless there's torture.
Yep.
Yes, and I love the Venture Brothers so hard. So good. Yep. As they say in Reservoir Dogs, you know, he'll tell you that he started the Chicago fire. It doesn't make it fucking true.
Mm-hmm. He cut his pinky off. He'll tell you if you wear ladies' underwear.
Oh yeah, another scene in Reservoir Dogs. Good. Yeah.
There's a show that I like to watch is Last Week with John Oliver, and he did one on the tiger cage. Is that what they call it? The chair in China that they put you in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's initially seems like not that bad, but because of the angle and the posture, and it's made entirely out of metal and stuff, it starts to seriously injure your body the longer you sit in it. And they'll make you sit there until you confess. So I gotta look up the name again. Tiger chair, I was right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Police torture of criminals. So yeah, torture is not a good way to get information.
Nope.
Nope.
It does not go like they think it will.
No. People will say anything to make it stop.
Yep, it's interesting how cultures view stuff, and I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know, guys. I think this is a good idea.
Well, you know what is a good idea?
Convictions. Yep.
You do?
I know what's a good idea, but do you? Do you know what's a good idea? Do you know that Geek Tank is sponsored by Kieran Games, Geekway Homes, the Massage Wizard, and your
mom?
My mother.
Massage Wizard does not use tiger chairs in the process of massaging.
That would be a tiger mom.
That'd be a tiger mom. Your tiger mom.
Your tiger mom.
Mm-hmm. I guess I could stop that now. Click. Man.
So, it is a thing. So, anyway, those are fascinating things that we have talked about today.
That's it, folks.
That's it.
That's it. We're done. Yes, I want to be a cultural anthropologist. So, I don't know why cultural anthropologists would definitely be a thing, but okay.
But not a
cultural anthropologist, man.
But not a cultural entomologist.
No, I can guarantee that is not a thing I'm doing.
Nope.
Just gonna say it now.
What you drinking tonight? Looks like a cider.
It is not. It is it is from Veldwerks, which I think I mentioned before, is in they do small, their runs are very small. So if you find something you like by them, you should go pick it up immediately.
Oh, I remember you saying this, yes.
And such. This is a sour ale. And honestly, it's not very sour. Many sour ales, many beers that purport to be sour aren't very sour. This is a banana cream pie. Banana puree, cream cheese, cinnamon, graham crackers, milk, sugar, so lactose, vanilla, and marshmallow. And it is quite tasty. Most of the stuff that Velvex puts out that I've tried sounds weird as shit, and they do a really great job at it. It's been only a couple things that I've drank of this. Well, you know what? No. I avoid their IPAs. I generally don't like IPAs, but everything I've tried, like I can only think of like one. There's like a matcha tea beer that I was like, no, thank you. But everything else has been pretty good, damn good, or at least interesting. And if I didn't like it, I was still kind of like, that's got something going on.
Yeah,
it's not just bad. So
nice. You said IPA. It reminded me of
India Pale Ale.
It reminded me of when I tried out for this one podcast thing that was like a live play. We were doing a test run because they were testing out players. I was playing Skiz. So
nice.
And one of the other characters was trying to make up one to brew beer. He's a dwarf who always like carried around a little brewing kit. And so since I'm Skiz and I like to sell stuff, I'm like, all right, I got this. All right, buy your new IPA, incredibly potent ale here. So
nice.
It was very fun.
You get into that one?
I did not. I think I might have been too over the top.
Oh,
I don't know. That's fine. I'll go make my own with some hookers.
With
gambling.
Hooker and blackjack. Yep.
I saw that Will Wheaton has a live play coming up, and he's gotten Jonathan Frakes to be on it, who's apparently never played a role-playing game before.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I can't remember if that's like this weekend or next weekend. I'll find out quickly though. Fricks. That's not helping me any. There it is. Dungeons and Dragons charity stream 3 days ago is when it was announced. Stupid eyeballs not doing what they're supposed to do. Oh, you could bid on a seat at the table. Was what part of the auction was for. And the event will be live streamed on Twitch on Saturday, April 20th at 5 p.m. So if we wanted to, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. So that'd be 7 p.m. here? Eastern? No. 6. I think that'd be 6 o'clock here. So if people on Saturday want to come over early and watch some of that,
Yeah,
that might be kind of fun to do. Oh, wait. Is that the Saturday we're not gaming? Is that the...
What Saturday?
Oh.
There's the thing that we're going to that's Passover, right?
That's the 27th.
Okay, yeah. So we are on that Saturday. Yeah. So
I'm still working that Saturday, so there's that.
Yeah. All right, kids, you're all out of here. Bye.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I got nothing, man. I mean, other than the dark warning from Brent about having to deal with all aspects of the culture and autocorrect. Okay.
All aspects of what culture?
I think he was saying that I have to deal with the fact that there are problems with Japanese culture too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course.
Which, that's sure. I got no issue with that. Definitely true. So, anyway.
Trying to think what other stuff's going on that might be interesting to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling kind of like we got
your mom.
Mom, yeah. That's always been an issue with her too.
Mm-hmm. It has. Let's see, because I haven't been watching too many news shows. Because we talked about Only Murders in the Building last time, which started season 2.
I am caught up on Discovery, season 5,
which is the last season.
The last season, yeah.
Ooh, how did it end satisfactorily?
Oh, we're only 2 episodes in, so we'll have to see. But I can see that they have set it up. There's an awful lot of, in first episode and second episode, there's an awful lot of, so you think you're going to take that job at, Starfleet Medical? And do you think you're going to take that job at Starfleet Command? And, and so I'm like, oh, okay. So they're setting it up so that at the very end, everybody takes that job at somewhere else, Yeah,
but do they have the one person's like, I'm going to retire in 3 days? Like, yeah, you're not going to make it to the end of the season.
Right. Instant Bob.
See, I'm looking up what conventions we have coming up here soon. Man, my list is not showing anything recent, but I know there's stuff recent or coming up soon.
I've got 3 Body Problem
on your list,
set up on my list, but I haven't seen it yet. So
all I've seen was the one scene that people were making fun of.
I haven't seen that either. So
yeah, there's a commentator that I listen to, and he has some interesting things to say. He goes a lot of Jungian with stuff, which is I dig. But he was saying with the 3 Body Problem, he was like, okay, yes, there's some problems with the casting. It's like, look, this is a 20-year-old supermodel playing an astrophysicist, top of their field. But that's basically Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
That's Hollywood.
He said, he's like, I'm actually not going to do a big thing on the 3 Body Problem because it has a really strong pro-authoritarian bent, and fuck that shit. And I don't remember if he said that was a problem shared with the book, but he said definitely the TV show.
It's interesting.
Yeah. He also did. I got into him because I came up on my feed doing a really interesting 20-minute video essay on Ursula Le Guin, who is probably my favorite classic fantasy sci-fi author.
Oh, I can respect that.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, she really is.
So, yeah.
Highly
then I-
recommend if people want to read Ursula K. Le Guin.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you like the fantasy, read the original Earthsea trilogy, and then I'm reading Tehanu for the second time now with
Mhm.
Nova. I actually reread all of the original Earthsea with her or to her. And Tehanu we've gone on a slower bet because she likes to read her own books more often than not now.
Yeah.
But I read Tehanu when it first came out, which let me look that up. I think I was about 17. Tehanu came out in 1990, so no, I was
Can do it more
14.
than that, yeah.
I was like 14, 15 years old.
Oh, younger than that.
And I was not I was not prepared to read that book.
Oh, yeah.
Like, well, my big takeaways from that book were, golly, I really liked how the Farthest Shore really ended with this kind of like storytelling kind of thing. And then I don't know why they're making all the wizards gay. That's really weird. And rereading it as an adult, for those who don't know, I'm trying not to spoil anything here, but the original trilogy was written in like the late 60s, early 70s, and then she revisited it in 1990 to write Tehanu, or to publish Tehanu. And they instead of being the original trilogy are very much in many ways high fantasy and have been borrowed and stolen from repeatedly. And reading Tehanu, you're dealing with the fallout in many ways of the last book, and the loss from that. And I had lost a great deal, but still wasn't really dealing with it at the time. And now as an adult and having been through that cycle a few other times, I'm like, oh wow, this is really good. So I do not know The Last Ship. I've not read it. I've read her most recent book that I've read that I haven't read before, was The Lathe of Heaven. The PBS Today's miniseries on it. And I think it's on YouTube. I really want to watch it because Le Guin actually had a hand in the production. They did another remake more recently that she had no hand in and is apparently not nearly as good. But yeah, I do want to. I want to go back and revisit Left Hand of Darkness, which was really interesting. I remember it having basically a human diplomat on an alien world, and these aliens transition. They transition from male to female aspect on a cycle. And I also haven't read Dispossessed. I want to read that one. So, yeah.
That sounds cool.
This
Some
is
good
not
stuff out there.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, she wrote a short story named "Those Who Come from Ormalas," which is I've never read it, but it's famous enough that I've heard of it and know the story. It is Ormalas is an utopia, and I'm not sure if I'm using those words, the pronunciation correctly. There's utopos and utopos. One of them means like the perfect society that we should strive for, and the perfect society that can never be, if I'm remembering correctly. But it is a utopian novel or a short story where it's a perfect society, and people encounter people from Ormalas who couldn't live there anymore because they found out the truth. The truth being that the perfect society, for whatever reason, requires a child to be in torment. And the people who cannot deal with that leave. Because, for whatever reason, one of the more obvious being it can't be a perfect society, then can it? Just a nice
Didn't they
allegory.
they redid that for Orville, didn't they not?
Not Orville. For Strange
Not
New
Or-
Worlds.
Which one?
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, they redid that for Strange New Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Orville, Strange New Worlds, same thing.
Well, it's a story that bears
Right.
repeating.
Yeah.
It does. It's the old warning, watch out for the perfect societies.
Yeah.
And I think
Or
that's
even-
actually more interesting because, of course, that was part of the sort of the undertow of what was in that particular Star Trek episode. So.
Right. So we are April 8th, and it looks like Wicked West Comic Con up in Loveland is on April 13th and 14th.
Yep. I'll be there Sunday.
Anime Onsen down in Colorado Springs. Gus, it's an anime convention.
What?
Of course, the Mega Evil Fan Expo is July 4th through 7th.
That's just what they want you to think.
Am I saying this right? Ichi
Etchy.
Expo, August 9th through 11th, Loveland.
Can't believe it. There's an Etchy Expo.
Hot.
What about, is there a Scratchy? Etchy and Scratchy?
No, I'll let you feel this one, Mr. Davis.
Yeah, I'm not going to mess with that one.
Oh, come on.
Whew, I don't know if I want to go with Etchy and Scratchy.
All right, so Etchy. you
Fan
know,
Expo,
is,
to answer Brent here, Fan Expo is July 4th through 7th.
Etchy is how native Japanese speakers pronounce H, letter H.
Oh,
H
For
meaning
hentai.
hentai.
okay.
Hentai meaning porn.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like sitting there. I cannot believe it. They made an Etchy Expo.
Porn sells.
I can't believe that there's an Etchy Expo that is just out and proud like that.
I guess that's my thought. I guess
Props.
that's kind of the thing is, I mean, on the flip side, kind of proud of them for being out and proud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea, but just because it's not my cup of tea doesn't mean it's wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know?
If you're going to be in town, let us know. We should take you out to dinner. Since
Yeah,
you
or
come
something.
to our show every episode.
Yeah.
You
Colorado,
heard it, folks. Come to our show. Get
come
it.
to our show and get dinner. Yeah, watch our show religiously for years, and we'll buy you dinner.
Yeah, right.
Colorado Springs Comic Con, August 23rd, 25th, and Denver, FUR, August 23rd, 25th. In Aya?
Iacon.
Aya.
Iacon is the one I'm working on now.
I'm assuming not in Etchy.
Not Etchy. No, it's a Comic-Con that's hosted by the Native Americans. So it's like cultural pride. Any culture, all cultures. It just happens to be hosted by the natives. Which is important because it's like one of those things where every time we do the Iacon, we're talking to people and they're like, but I'm white, so I can't go. No, you can go.
Oh.
I keep saying I'm working for them. Come on. Doesn't get much more white than me.
November and December's two horror conventions. November SoCo Horror Con in Pueblo, Colorado, and then in December Colorado Horror and Pop Con at Hyatt Regency Aurora, Colorado.
Yep.
So that's the list I found looking up stuff.
Horror Con in Pueblo.
Yeah.
It's like LARPing, Escape from Pueblo.
I did that once. Escaped Pueblo, that is.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't too hard. You just get on the highway and drive, right?
Well, it depends on whether you're stuck with, in town.
Yeah. I wrecked my car in Pueblo.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
You didn't escape.
And I passed it. I went, that looks like Alex's car, but it can't be. It's way too dirty.
It's way too upside down.
It's way too upside down.
There's
Actually,
no way
it rolled over all the way. So.
Had I looked closer and on inspection, I would have went, hey, look at the magic card spore. It's Alex's car. Oh,
Oh, those
man.
magic cards are pouring out. They don't need that.
Timmy the Tempo, right?
Yep, to me, Tommy the Tempo.
Tommy the Tempo.
Yep.
That's how physics works.
Wherein Alex's prescient gift keeps him from going to jail and or the morgue.
Kind of important.
Mhm.
All of the above. All of the
Lauren,
aboard.
Lauren and I were dating. We weren't even married at the time. And that was hot. We totally smashed the shit out of that car afterward, and she was like in her white crushed velvet or white penne dress with like a black leather bustier with a tire iron smashing the windshield.
Fair.
Was that to escape or just to get revenge on the car?
Vengeance
Okay.
or revenge, to quote Venture Brothers once more. Yeah, good time.
To this day, it still sits there.
Oh, but they towed it.
Oh.
And then they tried to like pin me for the towing, and I said, "It's your like this baby, this Mama Robin's not taking it back. It's all yours.
Mm-hmm.
You agreed to it. Take me to court."
You touched it. You fed it. It followed you home. Too bad.
I left the title in there. You guys took the offer. Have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they did? That's funny.
Yeah. And then they tried to come back at me for it. I was like, yeah, have fun with that. You know who's got nothing but like nothing except for like almost nothing to lose. There's 175 pounds of muscle and mayhem. Bring it on.
Ah, yes. The days when we were 175 pounds of muscles and mayhem.
Yeah.
I know that wasn't that long ago for you. It was a while ago for me.
I'm working on getting to. I mean, I gained a bunch of weight during the winter because I was sick for like 3 months out of the 4, but I'm back down to the mid-90s now, and so I'm hoping by the time Mile High Con rolls around, I'll be 190 pounds of corded steel and sex appeal.
Yeah, I'm going to try to tone down for Iacon. I'm actually toning down or losing weight for my health, but I'm hoping that it'll occur by Iacon. Because I'm kind of over being pudgy and round. It's starting to affect me.
Mm-hmm.
In a unpopular with me way.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. I remember reading someone's unhealthy advice was like, you got to get to the point that you hate it so much that you're willing to go through all the stuff you don't want to do, like exercise nearly every day, and stop eating all the foods that you really like as much as you do.
Which is where I'm approaching rapidly.
Yeah. Nah, I love that meme little poster you made for me, Troy.
Oh,
it's of Kenshiro being all ripped, like pointing, being like, "Don't exercise because you hate your body. Exercise because you love your body."
Right.
Like, fuck yes.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if that place still has that. I think I showed it to you. There's a Kenshiro miniature that these people make in England.
Oh no shit.
I just need to get a 3D print of it now that I have a 3D printer from Guy.
Right.
Yeah,
See,
I mean,
I think thing I've never gotten is like a Kenshiro like model or vinyl figure. I wonder how much they are. Look it up.
There's all kinds of STLs out there, as I expected, because he's popular.
He's the fucking awesome.
I mean, just saying. Not going to disagree on my side. Yep. So, we're going to wrap this up pretty soon because I'm going to...
5 minutes, yo.
Head over to my side and help a buddy who just got the newest version of Clip Studio. I was like, I want help with this. Okay, I can help you with that. Works for me.
Is Clip Studio free?
Nope.
Okay, that
Not
was not the
anymore.
only one I heard.
I don't think it ever was, but Clip Studio, the reason that I like it is because Clip Studio has an option for not a subscription. I'm not liking all of these the new thing that everybody's going to, which is, oh, you have to pay a subscription, otherwise none of your programs work anymore. It's kind of aggravating to me. So I'm happy that Clip Studio has not decided to continue with that, although they are going to it, but you can at least at the moment buy a copy outright.
Yeah, there's some program that one of my kiddos mentioned that he liked better than Blender because he was trying to teach himself Blender, and he said it's not the same as program X. And I couldn't remember if he was talking about Clip Studio, but it wouldn't be Clip Studio if it's not free because he's only using free stuff.
Yeah, no, that's probably not Clip Studio.
No, he's using something else that he prefers over Blender.
Yeah, there are a couple of programs out there that are. There's like a couple of interesting ones that I've been kind of poking around with. Blender, though, is still free, so and the most powerful program of its sort that's free. So
I'm not sure what he's using. I know his art's definitely at a level that he needs to start getting more of his stuff out there because it's better than stuff I see in the Sunday paper. And Tara was like, "Where'd you learn to shade like that?" He's like, "From looking at other stuff." And I'm like, "That's how good artists do it. They look at a thing and then they recreate it."
Spent a good portion of my career doing that, as a matter of cosmic fact.
Oh, hey, did you get that tip for that job that I sent you?
I did. I don't
Okay.
have the
Spoons. Okay.
I am working 3 jobs right now and going to school and trying to keep my kid from. Well, I'm trying to keep my kid to just do school.
Okay. He's doing a little bit of everything from what I can tell.
Yeah.
He's making video games, doing 3D modeling, hand art. I just bought him a set of like really nice markers for super cheap that he's really enjoying using.
You have my mic or yours?
My kid.
Oh yeah.
I haven't bought your kid crap. No, I got them.
Well, that was what I was talking about. Was I'm trying to ride herd on my kid, and so that's why I thought.
No, but sorry. Brent asked me if he's doing 3D modeling, so I was answering Brent's question.
Oh, I didn't realize you were answering.
Okay. Now, I had another friend who's writing a book, and I was looking for someone to do the graphic cover artwork for it. So I was like, "Hey, there's this guy I know named Guy who did a cover for a book." So
I saw that and I appreciate it. And please feel free to continue doing that. That's not, you don't need to stop. But yeah, this time I just don't have the spoons.
I don't know if he's doing STL stuff, but I'll let him know. He's got his own original characters that he's created. So
yeah. So
those
things.
All right, you're gonna be going over to your show to do your thing and help your other friend.
Yep.
I'm going to let Alex know ahead of time we should wrap up and just be gone. No hanging.
Get out of here.
After.
We don't even like you.
That's right. We got all kinds of murdering to do next Saturday.
Yep. We do, don't we?
You guys are stuck between a Rickton and a Strahd.
And
Julie is so cavalier about it.
Time.
And that's like totally within character. I love it.
Yep. Well, some of you are just going to stay in the back and eat popcorn, and some of you are right there on the front line.
It's like, all right.
Valeria can handle herself.
I mean, I mean, we have people who are concerned about that, and Julie had no illusions. Like as soon as like the battle was won, there'd be a bunch of vampires to kill. Obviously,
right?
Come on. Let's not be naive about it. So,
yep.
I'm going to write that down, Brent. MyMiniFactory.com. Thank you.
All righty. Well, I'm going to get moving on. I don't know about you guys.
I'll get the button ready.
Because as I oft say, this is all the time that we've got for today. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week. Until then, I've been Guy.
I've been Troy.
And I've been Alex.
And this is Geek Tank.